Sustainable entrepreneurship is the topic. What is entrepreneurship? We can interact. What is entrepreneurship? Any one of you? There is a lot of people, staffs there. What is entrepreneurship? Exactly, yeah. Those who are ready to take risk. Yes. Then, what is sustainable entrepreneurship? Anybody? Ready to take responsibility? Yes. And then, any one of you? By managing them. Yes. Yes, it continues after generations. So today morning when I was having breakfast with my kids, they just asked me, what is your topic, Amma? I said, it's sustainable entrepreneurship. Do you know what is sustainable entrepreneurship? I said, it's me. I'm taking it from one generation, next generation, and I've given it to them. But it is very, very hard. To stand here, to be an entrepreneur, it's very hard. It is not that what you think, you just have the money, you just have the backup. It's not very easy to reach where that is. As he rightly said, you should have the braveness in you, the risk-taking factor in you, and you should never, ever, ever give up. That should be there. And sustainable entrepreneurship is something like people are focusing now on how we could sustain according to the climate change, according to the environment, according to the society. As he said, we were all 2K, YK kids, millennial kids, Y2K kids. We didn't have that because we had good society around us. We had a good environment around us. We had a lot of resources around us, which is all now becoming into one micro life management. For example, for a society, it's not individual houses or anymore. Everybody starts living in an apartment. So everybody's gone into a shell. So that is now called as an environment. And a society, it's all in your mobile now. Everybody is just trusting what your mobile goes. For example, if you want to take feeds, ChatGPT is one. Second, we see reels. That is, we think that is life, right? Someone else is doing something. Why can't I do? So there is a movie I watched where someone, it's very recent movie which they say, like in a minute he'll say, why can't I become this? Why can't I become that? They keep changing because our mind is like that. We see somebody, something, if somebody is doing it, we also want to do it. But we don't go into the backside of how much of hard work is gone inside. It's gone into to become to where they are now. So for example, they've given me notes on saying like sustainable entrepreneurship example is Tesla. Okay, Elon Musk is done. How much of work, how much of hard work, how much of thinking process, how much of risk he's undergone to be Tesla in the map today. But you immediately said, why can't I do it? Why can't I change into EV immediately? But how much of risk factor is there? Do we have the resource in our country to start EV? So that all has to be properly first researched and seen that whether we could give it back to the society. So one, you have to have the financial support. Financial support is very, very important. For example, if you're starting a search for a product which you want to sell it in the market, now you need a guinea pig to test it first. The testing people, for example, you have done something, small cool drinks or some soft drinks or something, which is made out of vegan. I don't know whether a lot of you understand that. A lot of terms have come out now. Vegan food, meat changer, chicken alternate, all those things have come now, which we have not eaten. We had healthy food when we were young. Now it is all different types of food items which have come. Now if you go and give it to someone to test it, first they have to accept what you're coming here to sell. Second, you enter a bank for a financial support. And then they will ask you, help me on selling this product. Then one day they will listen to you. Second day they will say, Koncha culture you come because we don't know about the product. Third day they will again say, this sector doesn't belong to us. You please go to the next section where they will explain us what this product is. So you have to keep on trying. That is not the first level where you enter and you say, okay, nobody's here to listen to me. That attitude has to change. Everybody wants to listen to you, but the way you're projecting it is very, very important because your confidence shouldn't go down. That's what I'm trying to say. So to get a loan on it, you have to wait for hours or you have to wait for days. Then you have to see which is the place or market where your product is going to go and where you're going to place it in the shelf. From then, you shouldn't stop. Once your thing is shelved, you have to see where it has to go and reach to the last person where you started from. Someone somewhere also wants to do something what you are thinking of, but you are just thinking. But there's 100 of people who have already started doing it. So opportunities nowadays, it's like you have to think, materialize, and then revolution happens. So don't ever give an opportunity like, let me wait, let me see how it comes. For students like you, there are a lot of people who are doing research, which is very close to the environment, and a lot of projects which will be environment friendly, society friendly, pollution and all that is there, but which is accepted to everybody, which will be accepted to all the people who have in their normal life. Like, will it be useful for people to materialize it and use it in their normal life? So entrepreneurship is what the topic is, but sustainable entrepreneurship is very, very common now. Like, people, whenever they go and they want, I see people like they say, today morning I have changed my routine of food. Then somebody says, I want to start a restaurant, what they eat daily. Then I go do a research. I mixed turmeric, correct, in all my food. I want to start a restaurant where everywhere turmeric is added. Finally, you go to the audience and take a research on that. They say, turmeric is now not used, chia seeds are better. So every day we have a mindset. People mindset of thinking has changed. People lifestyles have changed. So we cannot bring up an idea which will be really only this is what I want to do. You have to keep updating yourself. You have to keep researching yourself. Then is where you have a push of yourself. That is very important. Someone somewhere don't wait that, okay, they will come, guide your hand and go and give you a silver spoon, silver plate to see that you've grown. That generation is gone. This is a new generation where we ourselves have to get up on our two legs, walk, get it, cherish, success comes to us, right? And once you have done something, please don't sit back and say, no, this is not mine. You have to keep trying like you've been trying from the day one. Only if you have the passion and love towards what you have done, then you can success your business, right? So more of like example saying, like, as for me, as my dad was there who guided me from start. So once he left us, it was very, very hard. For the next day, I was like sitting in the office. As soon as his funeral finished, I couldn't rest at home. I came back to office because work has to go on. That passion towards your work, because there are a lot of commitments towards you. So whenever entrepreneurship is not just like, okay, if I'm not going to office today, everybody can rest. It's not like that. Even if I am not there, work has to happen. So that is the teamwork. Teamwork is very, very important. When your people working under you understands really what my leader wants, you have to choose leaders to work under you. You need not have to choose small people or workers under you. You have to choose leaders so that they will know what you need, what your product needs or what your company needs. So they will take the company according to your liking, and very few people is enough. Not that you need to have a big dynasty to work with. You work with 10 people, train them as leaders so that they will also help you to grow up your business. So without teamwork, an entrepreneur cannot come up. Without teamwork, entrepreneur cannot come out. That word has a long meaning. Each one carries each letter. Then we have to form together and see that the business goes on smoothly. So sustainable, coming back to sustainable, for example, as I said, Tesla, where they're moving to EV. And then, for example, like how IKEA in 2030, they've announced that they will be completely organic type of furnitures and all that. So people have started seeing, but then by the time when they come up, our liking of may also change. Whatever we might not go for organic. We might go to something else which technology is already evolved and gone to a new era. So we might also look into something like that. So Keep updating. That is what I'm giving a small takeaway of my message, that keep updating whatever you do. Keep updating what your community needs, your society needs. So whenever you become an entrepreneur and you're charting down that you want to become an entrepreneur, see that you see what your society wants, what your environment wants, and you will flourish in your business. Yeah. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity, and thank you, Jeppiaar, for supporting me. Thank you.